Earlier this year, we sat down with the one, the only Brooks Marks. We are sharing today. Are you guys loving this season of RHOSLC? I think it is such a return to form season. I know you guys have a lot of mixed opinions on Miss Mary Cosby. I'm loving Mary. You guys know this. But listen, we are going to take a trip down memory lane of RHOSLC today. This is a prior, never before aired chat. Never before aired. Talk about Jen Shaw. So we're just sharing this chat. It's like, the holidays. We're kind of going into the vault lately with some of these chats, which kind of never saw the light of day. We're sharing this here today. Our chat of all things RHOSC with the one, the only Brooks Marks. Happy holidays.
About that, the thing is, I don't think about things as deep as they are. Sometimes, an episode airs and there's a scene of me in it, and then the internet can make it into some huge big deal. And it's like, no, I simply was just sitting at home with my mom at 2 p.m. one day. But all of a sudden, it's like this whole contrived plan for me to have like an agenda to make everyone think this. And it's just like simply not true.
The conspiracy theories that go on around each particular scene are a little crazy, right? Yeah. I mean, you're like, wow, I never anticipated that. Same thing here. Like, I'll say something and someone will literally say, well, like 17 episodes ago, you said this. And it's like, I don't remember what I said 3 seconds ago. Like, stop. Like, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Like, move on.
Yeah.
What about, like, is it hard, like, then to watch, like, your mother, not even, I mean, this particular situation, because like it was about you, like you said, like you don't need her to defend you, but you will to like the death. But like, is it hard, like when now there's like drama, like, between her and Jen at that point, or anyone, like just to watch your mother go through this drama on the show? Or is it like, okay, you got this, like you can handle yourself?
I think at first I felt more uncomfortable by it. Not uncomfortable, but felt more like in defense of it and just like, how could these people do this? Whatever. Because genuinely my mom is just such an authentic, kind-hearted person that I just could never fathom how that could somehow be used against her. Like, since she has started the show, she's never compromised anything about herself for the sake of the show. She's never tried to do anything to like get herself ahead or try to like anything like that. Like, she's just been such a genuine, kind-hearted human being. And it's just beyond comprehension to me to see that somehow that can be turned into like she's a bad person, or somehow someone thinks she did something wrong, or like whatever. She's no problem taking accountability, apologizing, like if she thinks someone's offended. But to answer your question, she can stand her own. She doesn't need me to, defend her or anything, but I will.
Well, to your point, like she has been authentically herself throughout this whole process. Like, you've been around these women from before they were on the show. Has anyone changed in your eyes?
I think the viewers are smart, and I don't need to answer that question.
Such a media trained answer, but touche. Listen, in addition to this, like being your storyline, like, I mean, I know your mother has like been such a supporter of like, and I mean, you guys were at the GLAAD Awards, but all of that dates back to way, way, way before this show. Like, Meredith has just been such a proponent, like, for the LGBTQIA community. And like, seriously, it has nothing to do for show. Like, I know this, it's like off. She's just done it forever. So how did you get so lucky to have, like, even in dealing with that particular storyline, like,
seriously,
what she did on TV is just like, like you said, there's so many people whose parents are not there, even in 2022.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel so grateful every single day that she's my mom. I would never, not that you can choose who your mom is, but like, I would never want anyone else to be my mom. And I just think she's setting such a great example for so many moms out there who might be in similar situations. And I don't know. I don't know how she got to be that way at her age and, everything like that. But she's done, I feel, an incredible job at raising me and my siblings. And she's just like the best mom ever.
What are your siblings like? What do Chloe and Reed think about, you on the show? Just because they're on it a lot less. I mean, I know Reed is not on it at all, but what do they think about the fact that you were this like, scene stealer in the first season and, people know who you are?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that they find it entertaining. Like Reed, he thinks it's so funny, which is so underrated. Like you think he wouldn't be interested at all, but he thinks it's hilarious. Chloe thinks it's so funny. Like they're both just so supportive of me and my brand. And like at the end of the day, they know me, they get me, like, you know, it, and I think most of the viewers understand that too. Like the people who get it, get it. The criticism only comes from like the people who just they don't even understand what's going on.
Totally. Has this changed your family dynamic in the sense, like, I mean, I could see in a way it could bring you all closer, like having, gone through this together.
Yeah, for sure. I think it has. It shockingly brought us all closer because I didn't think we could get any closer than we were to begin with. But somehow it has.
What about, you know, listen, what advice would you give other, housewife kids? Like, we have new housewives that come into our lives all the time. Like, what
Mm,
advice would you give to like other children that, are now going to be on this show, on this platform?
I would say just never read a single comment online. I read way too much commentary and like there's so much positive commentary out there, but the human brain naturally will think about something negative. If you hear 10 things that are positive and one thing that's negative, the negative thing is going to be so much louder than the positive. And it's just not worth it. If you don't read it, it can't affect you. So literally just don't read anything. Do what you do, post on social media what you want to post. Like just be yourself and don't. I mean, that sounds so cliche, but you know what I mean? Just literally don't let any single comment get to you, even if that means you can't read it.
It's so true though. You're right. Like, one comment will stick with you all day if you really just go down that rabbit hole. Like, you just have to figure it out internally and just ignore it all.
Mhm.
What about, listen, like as a gay man, like I am certainly not going to like disrespect you or disrespect Meredith and, ask you to put a label on certain things. But why do you think that, because look, we had this storyline, like you were the center of it. But then like blogs and all of this, like you say, I mean, everyone was obsessed with like, is Brooks this? Is Brooks that? Like, why do you, and you haven't really put a label on anything. Why do you think in 2022 people are still so obsessed with labeling someone and labeling someone's sexuality?
I wish I knew the answer. I really don't know. I think that someone labeling their sexuality can be empowering to them, but I also